In this video, you'll learn how psoriasis is connected to your immune system, which vitamins help reduce skin inflammation, why stress worsens psoriasis, and how to manage it, how diet and internal support can improve skin health, which supplements, zinc, vitamin D3, and C may ease flare-ups, living with psoriasis, how to help yourself from the inside. If you're watching this video, chances are you're already familiar with the word psoriasis, and it doesn't just spark interest, it stirs a storm of emotions. You may have dealt with it yourself, or perhaps someone close to you lives with it. And you know, you're definitely not alone, because psoriasis is a very common condition, even though people still talk about it in hushed tones. Many people think it's just a rash or skin irritation, something like eczema that will go away with some cream or sunshine. But it goes much deeper. Psoriasis is actually a chronic inflammatory disease linked to a malfunctioning immune system. Yes, it shows up on the skin, but it starts inside, in immune responses that for some reason go out of control. The body behaves as if it's under threat and starts a process of rapid skin cell renewal. Normally, skin cells renew every 28-30 days, but with psoriasis, this process takes just a few days, and new cells don't have time to settle properly into the skin. As a result, they build up on the surface, forming those dense, inflamed, scaly patches that are the main visible sign of the disease. These patches can appear anywhere: elbows, knees, scalp, back, palms, and even the face, and are often accompanied by intense itching, burning, and pain. But psoriasis isn't just about the skin, and it's important to talk about it. Many people develop what is called psoriatic arthritis, where inflammation moves to the joints, causing pain, stiffness, and restricted movement. Sometimes the fingers, feet, spine hurt, and the person just can't move normally, especially in the morning. Add to this nail damage, where they become brittle, covered with pits, white spots, or even peel off, and the picture becomes even more complicated. But perhaps the hardest part of all this isn't the physical discomfort, but how the disease affects the psyche. Imagine how it feels to see traces on your skin every day that can't be hidden, feeling people try to avoid touching you just because they don't understand what it is. You go to the store, the cashier looks away. You sit on the bus, there's an empty seat, but no one sits there. You explain that it's not contagious, but inside, you still feel that something is wrong, that you're different. Over time, the person starts avoiding social interactions, doesn't go to the beach or the gym, and doesn't wear open clothes even in the heat, just to avoid looks. And here starts the vicious cycle. Stress intensifies the symptoms of psoriasis, and new breakouts cause even more stress. This is not just an unpleasant condition, but a real struggle where the body and mind wear down if they don't receive support. And often, support is lacking, neither from those around you, nor from doctors, nor unfortunately from society as a whole. Very few truly understand what psoriasis is and how it impacts daily life. That's why it's so important to talk about it openly, without fear, without judgment, without awkwardness. Psoriasis is not a person's fault, not a result of poor hygiene, and definitely not something to be ashamed of. It is a condition that millions of people around the world live with. Imagine a morning when you open your eyes, approach the mirror, and see a flare-up again. Your skin itches, it's inflamed, peeling, and you realize that even under your clothes it feels burning, tightness, pain. And outside it's hot. You want to wear something light and loose, but you grab a long-sleeved shirt because you don't want to catch extra looks. At first, there's a slight irritation, then anxiety, and already the thoughts start swirling in your head. What will they say? What if they ask? What if someone thinks it's contagious? You start avoiding communication, canceling meetings, not going to the pool or gym, even though you really want to. Every such decision is a small step back, inward, towards isolation. And the most frustrating thing is that the more anxious you get, the more actively your skin starts reacting. This is no longer a coincidence, it's a vicious circle. Stress triggers psoriasis, and psoriasis amplifies stress. And getting out of this circle isn't so easy if you don't understand what exactly triggers these flare-ups. Psoriasis can have many causes, and they are different for each person. Genetics certainly plays a role. If someone in your family has psoriasis, the likelihood of encountering it is higher. But in reality, much depends on how you live. Constant tension, chronic stress, lack of sleep, irregular eating, lack of rest, all of this can trigger inflammatory processes in the body. Infectious diseases, taking certain medications, smoking, alcohol, yes, they can also play a role in the development or flare-up of the disease. And unsurprisingly, what you eat and the nutrients your body receives or lacks every day are of great importance. In particular, more and more research shows that people with psoriasis often have deficiencies in certain vitamins and minerals. The most important of them are vitamin D3, vitamin C, and zinc. You may have heard of these elements before, but let's break down why they are so important, specifically for psoriasis. Vitamin D3 is called the sunshine vitamin, and not by chance. Most of it is synthesized in the skin under the influence of sunlight. But it doesn't only ensure strong bones and good mood. Its real power lies in its ability to regulate the immune system. Remember, we talked about how psoriasis is a breakdown of immune regulation. This is where D3 comes into play. It helps reduce inflammation, stabilizes the immune response, and essentially acts as a brake for the hyperactive skin cells. It's no wonder that many people with psoriasis notice an improvement in their condition in the summer when there's more sun, more fresh air, and consequently higher levels of vitamin D3 in the body. Next, vitamin C. This element often stays in the background, although it actually plays a key role in skin health and the immune system. But besides that, it actively participates in skin restoration by stimulating collagen production, the very protein responsible for the firmness, elasticity, and healing speed of tissues. When the skin is inflamed, it needs recovery resources more than ever, and vitamin C is irreplaceable here. It supports immune defense, accelerates regeneration, and helps the skin recover faster than without it. And finally, zinc. This element also stays in the background, although it actually plays a key role in skin health and the immune system. Zinc helps heal micro damages, participates in protein and DNA synthesis, affects cell growth, and reduces inflammation. If it's lacking, the skin becomes more vulnerable, heals slower, and any small thing can trigger another flare-up of inflammation. All these substances, D3, C, and zinc, do not work alone, but as a team. They amplify each other's effects, and together help the body not only deal with the current inflammation, but also reduce the likelihood of new flare-ups. Of course, it's important to understand this is not a miracle pill nor a promise of instant healing. Psoriasis is a complex disease, and it requires a comprehensive approach. But if you provide your body with everything necessary for recovery, it can significantly affect the course of the disease. Normalizing sleep, reducing stress, healthy eating, proper immune support, and replenishing deficiencies, all of these are links in the same chain. And yes, sometimes vitamin-mineral complexes come to the rescue, those very supplements that are so often debated. It's important to choose quality supplements, understand their composition, and not see them as a replacement for treatment, but as support for the body from within. When all of this works in balance, the body gains the strength to resist, recover, and breathe freely, both literally and figuratively. This is when dietary supplements, or simply put supplements, come into play. The most important thing is to approach their selection wisely. Read the composition, check the dosages, avoid supplements with questionable ingredients, and of course, consult with a doctor, especially if you're already taking medications or undergoing treatment. This is important for safety and effectiveness. Some supplements come in convenient complexes where vitamin D3, vitamin C, and zinc are combined, and this is really convenient because with one capsule you cover several deficiencies at once. This helps the body not only during flare-ups but also in quieter periods to maintain balance and prevent inflammation from getting out of control. But here too, it's important to understand, fighting psoriasis is not a short race but a real marathon. It's not about quick miracles, but about small, steady steps that together produce a big effect. It's about nutrition that doesn't irritate but supports, about sleep that restores, about the ability to cope with stress and let go of what cannot be controlled, and about giving your body everything it needs, from nutrients to simple self-care. Psoriasis can be tough. It can drain your strength and faith, but you're not alone. There are people who are also going through this, looking for solutions, sharing their experiences, and support. There are doctors, research, new approaches, and most importantly, there is a way. A path not to complete disappearance, but to relief, control, and a life where you feel yourself again. Support your body, not with struggle, but with respect. And remember, even if it seems like nothing is working, you're already moving forward, simply because you haven't given up. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If it was helpful to you, like, subscribe to the channel, and definitely share it with those who might benefit.